Sports Camp.
We are all new creations when we join
Team Jesus.
We learn about God and soon we start to
Believe it.
listen to your call so you can.
Play by the rules.
We're not here to play games.
It's about to get real.
I am an overcomer. On His word I stand. I am more than a conqueror. It's His plan. We are called the God. He is the ultimate coach. So let's get fired up. Yeah, come on, let's go. Mega
Sports Camp. Mega Sports Camp. Mega.
Now we're a team, a family, and
Can't be beat.
we are serving God together cause we're
All one team.
learning about sports.
Yeah, you know that's right.
We're not here to play games.
It's about real
We're
life.
pressing on toward the goal, having all the fun we can. Show our spirit, playing sports, not just sitting on the stands. Now this is where you represent, this is where you hold. Now bust a move and show the world the sport you chose. Goalie stop. Home run swing. Touchdown party. Now let me hear you scream.
Mega Sports Camp. Mega Sports Camp. Mega Sports Camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
Mega Sports Camp. Mega Sports Camp. Mega Sports Camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
We are all new creations when we join.
Team Jesus.
We learn about God and soon we start to
Believe it.
listen to your call so you can.
Play by the rules.
We're not here to play games.
It's about to get real.
I am an overcomer. On His word I stand. I am more than a conqueror. It's His plan. We are called the God. He is the ultimate coach. So let's get fired up. Yeah, come on, let's go. Mega
Mega Sports Camp. Mega right.
Pressing on toward the goal, having all the fun we can. Show our spirit, playing sports, not just sitting on the stands. Now this is where you represent, this is where you pose. Now bust a move and show the world the sport you chose. Goalie stop, home run swing, touchdown party. Now let me hear you scream.
Mega Sports Camp. Mega Sports Camp.
We are all new creations when we join.
Team Jesus.
We learn about God and soon we start to
Believe it.
listen to your cup so you can.
Play by the rules.
We're not here to play games.
It's about to get real.
I am an overcomer. On His word I stand. I am more than a conqueror. It's His plan. We are called the God. He is the ultimate coach. So let's get fired up. Yeah, come on, let's go. Mega Sports Camp. Now we're a team, a family, and
Can't be beat.
we are serving God together 'cause we're
All one team.
learning about sports.
Yeah, you know that's right.
We're not here to play games.
It's about real life.
Pressing on toward the goal, having all the fun we can. Show our spirit, playing sports, not just sitting on the stands. Now this is where you represent, this is where you pose. Now bust a move and show the world the sport you chose. Goalie stop, home run swing, touchdown party. Now let me hear you scream. Mega Sports Camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
We are all new creations when we join.
Team Jesus.
We learn about God and soon we start to
Believe it.
listen to your cup so you can.
Play by the rules.
We're not here to play games.
It's about to get real.
I am an overcomer. On His word I stand. I am more than a conqueror. It's His plan. We are called the God. He is the ultimate coach. So let's get fired up. Yeah, come on, let's go. Mega Sports Camp. Now we're a team, a family, and
Can't be beat.
we are serving God together 'cause we're
All one team.
learning about sports.
Yeah, you know that's right.
We're not here to play games.
It's about real life.
Pressing on toward the goal, having all the fun we can. Show our spirit, playing sports, not just sitting on the stands. Now this is where you represent, this is where you pose. Now bust a move and show the world the sport you chose. Goalie stop.
can get it ready for you. Thank you. Yeah. Can we make sure basketball and soccer are not out there? They're coming in, right? Because I see people. I just don't know if I see kids. All right. This is a good time because you guys, listen. Okay. Here's basketball.
Go ahead and put that music back on.
Go ahead and play the Mega Sports Camp song. We'll go ahead and sing that until they get in because Romans 5:8 is next.
Mega Sports.
Do you have one for? It's the first slide and you just click it.
We were going to do Toby for tonight, and if you want to replace Carmen, do Isaac.
Sing it if you know it.
Mega Sports Camp.
We are all new creations when we join.
Team Jesus.
We learn about God and so we start to
Believe it.
listen to your cup so you can.
Play by the rules.
We're not here to play games.
It's about to get real.
I am an overcomer. On His word I stand. I am more than a conqueror. It's His plan. We are called the God. He is the ultimate coach. So let's get fired up. Yeah, come on, let's go. Mega Sports Camp.
That one is up.
Now we're a team, a family, and
Can't be beat.
we are serving God together cause
We're
we're
all one team.
learning about sports.
Yeah, you know that's right.
We're not here to play games.
It's about real life.
Pressing on toward the goal, having all the fun we can. Show our spirit, playing sports, not just sitting on the stands. Now this is where you represent, this is where you pose. Now bust a move and show the world the sport you chose.
Basketball. Where's my soccer? Preschool. And cheerleaders. Don't forget to scream. Woo!
One for last night,
Mega. Let me hear it. Mega. Mega Sports Camp.
Mega Sports
Mega Sports Camp.
Gotcha.
All right, I think you guys are ready. We are ready to be triumphant, right? Yeah. Are we ready to be triumphant? Okay, let's do our mega verse. Romans 5:8. This is our verse, so we're singing it. So let's sing it and learn it. Here we go. Stand up on your feet. I want to see good singers and good dancers, okay? God, D, like this. All right? And then we're going to take His love, make a heart, spread it out, Take God, make a D. Take His love, spread it out, and then we get to jump. Then we get to do this thing, like ooh, 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 ooh. No, like point down. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, point. Do. And then we get to do Christ died for us, and then we get to do the flow. Just whenever you're ready. I was just procrastinating.
Romans 5:8.
But God demonstrates His own love, love toward us,
Let me see it, Stella.
love toward
Stop,
us.
Levi.
But God demonstrates
Oh, Gavin's got it.
His own love, love toward us,
Spread it out.
love toward us. In
guys are really showing that right now. You are fighting to the end. You're doing great. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Miss Robbie and Mega.
Okay, it looks like you guys are having fun. It sounds like you guys are having fun. But now I need your attention. So, give me 5. Eyes up here, mouths closed, freeze. And let's get to our sports story. Gentlemen, let's sit down. Thank you. Gracie, can I just have that, honey? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now we're ready to listen. Okay, so Mega, you've heard the verse. We've sang the verse. You know what the verse is about. And the theme word for today is T is for? Triumphant. And do you know what the T is for? I don't think he knows what the T is for. Okay, let's do it this way. I'm going to count to 3, and then you guys tell him all together. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah, triumphant.
Triumphant. Yeah, that's right. You got it. Good job. Okay, so T is for triumphant. And triumphant means what? Does anybody know what triumphant might mean? What do you think? Winning? We've been talking about sports all week. So you just keep going, right? Okay, that sounds good. All right, so let's hear about today's athlete. Today's athlete is a gymnast, and her name is Simone Biles. And she was a champion. Of course, she wants to be a champion. In fact, she was so good that she was chosen by the U.S. Olympic team. And she was so good. USA, that at the end of the Olympics on the closing rally, she was chosen to carry the United States flag for the closing ceremonies. But you know what happened to Simone? How many of you right now are tired? How many of you have been working really hard today? And it's hot outside, so how many of you are tired? Guess what? Simone, after years of practice and winning at the championship at the Olympics and carrying the flag and having done so much, she decided that she was going to take a year off. She was done. So she decided to relax. Kind of like that. What's he doing? Sleeping. He's relaxing. I want to see every one of you right now, where you're at, relax. Show me what relax looks like. Oh. Relax. Okay, don't relax too much because you know what? We're all going to get sleepy and go to sleep in this nice, comfortable air condition. So we better wake up. Well, she took a year off, and then she decided that she was going to get back in the game because gymnastics was in her blood. She wanted to get back in the game. She was so missing it so much that she decided she was going to start training. But can you imagine training after a whole year off? To be a gymnast, that takes a lot of mental, emotional, physical determination. what would that might look like? Mega? Is that determination? Yeah? Stretching? Is that determination? Lifting weights? Would that be determination? Being on a good diet, would that be determination? Saying eating and putting food back. Pushing away the food that he shouldn't be eating, she shouldn't be eating. Mega showed us that preparing takes determination. So she worked and she worked and she worked and she worked, and guess what? She became world champion again. Woo! And woo! In fact, not only did she become world champion again, but she still is winning medals, and she still competes today. She showed that being triumphant means not just giving up when you're tired, but coming back and making the effort, working through it to be on top and be a champion. She had the heart of a champion. We've learned lots of sports stories. We've learned lots of stories about the Bible, and we're going to learn a story tonight about Jesus and how he continues to be our champion. But let's learn our next mega point from Coach John.
The Bible encourages us not to just train or run, but to train and run for a purpose. We have to have a goal. When you have a goal, you can be triumphant by accomplishing that goal. Jesus died on the cross for our sins. He took our punishment. That was awesome. What a hero. What a champion. But that wasn't the end of the story. Jesus came back from the dead. He was resurrected. He came out of the grave, back to life, and defeated death forever. He defeated death for you and me too. And that reminds me of today's mega point. I can be with Jesus forever. Say that with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I can be with Jesus forever.
That means that when we believe in Jesus, we can live forever with him in heaven. That was God's goal when he sent his son Jesus to earth. And Jesus was triumphant. Now, each of us has a choice to make. We can choose to follow Jesus and live our lives for him, or we can choose to go our own way and live for ourselves. The Bible tells us that Jesus is the only way to heaven. That means that if we want to be triumphant, the only way to do that is to follow Jesus. When you decide to follow Jesus, you become triumphant. You win. Not just now, but for forever. Believing in Jesus brings hope, love, joy, and purpose into each of our lives. You become a champion in every area. You can be sure that you will live in heaven with Jesus, and you can live your life with boldness and power, overcoming any obstacle that stands in your way through the power of Jesus. So tell me, who's ready to be a champion?
Okay, so what is our mega point? Triumphant means we can be with Jesus forever. I can be with Jesus forever. That means I will never be separated from him. When I get to heaven, there's not going to be any separation. I will be with him forever. So boys and girls, we're getting ready for our last and final sports session of VBS, of Mega Sports Camp. When you go, adults, one last reminder. If you've worked with any group and I'm going to tell all the adults out there too, if you've worked with any group, please make sure that you go with that group during this time to make sure that you go over what you're doing for Sunday. so that you know what you're doing, because there will be no Sunday practice because we are not having Sunday school right now because of COVID. So there will not be a Sunday practice. So you need to know what you're doing. Please also find out how many kids are going to be here Sunday so you know how to prepare. Okay? So, kids, this is your last time to get out there and do your best and be triumphant. So, go have fun. And I will see you for the closing rally.
Play games. It's about to get real. I am an overcomer. On his word I stand. I am more than a conqueror. It's his plan. We are called the God. He is the ultimate coach. So let's get fired up. Yeah, come on, let's go. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp. Now we're a team, a family, and we can't be beat. We are serving God together 'cause we're all one team. Learning about sports. Yeah, you know that's right. We're not here to play games. It's about real life. We're pressing on toward the goal. Having all the fun we can. Show our spirit playing sports. Not just sitting on the stands. Now this is where you represent. This is where you pose. Now bust a move and show the world the sport you chose. Goalie style. Home run swing. Touchdown party. Now let me hear you scream. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
We are all new creations when we join. Team Jesus. We learn about God and soon we start to believe it. Listen to your cup so you can play by the rules. We're not here to play games. It's about to get real. I am an overcomer. On his word I stand. I am more than a conqueror. It's his plan. We are called the God. He is the ultimate coach. So let's get fired up. Yeah, come on, let's go. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp. Now we're a team, a family, and we can't be beat. We are serving God together 'cause we're all one team. Learning about sports. Yeah, you know that's right. We're not here to play games. It's about real life. We're pressing on toward the goal. Having all the fun we can. Show our spirit playing sports. Not just sitting on the stands. Now this is where you represent. This is where you pose. Now bust a move and show the world the sport you chose. Goalie style. Home run swing. Touchdown party. Now let me hear you scream. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp. Mega sports camp.
Mega Sports Camp.
actually skip Mega Sports Camp because we just did it. So let's go right to Romans 5:8. Guys, last chance to practice
Romans
it.
5:8.
On your feet.
God
If
demonstrates
I tap you, only if I tap you, I want you to go to the stage and dance.
love toward us. Love toward us. But God demonstrates
I thought I was gonna go dance on the stage.
His own
Run around, dance on the
love.
stage.
Love toward us.
Let me see it. Only if I tap you, Levi. Go to the left, show me you can do it.
In that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us. Christ died for us.
Don't run around. Stand up there and show me you got
In
it.
that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us. Christ died for us. But God demonstrates His own love. His own love toward us. Love toward us. His own love toward us. But God demonstrates His own love. His own
Hurry.
love
Let me see how it's gonna look. Let's see the motion.
love toward us. In that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us. Christ died for us. In that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us. Christ died for us. But God demonstrates His own love.
Guys, look
Love
great.
toward us. Love toward us. His own love toward us. But God demonstrates His own love.
You can go.
Love toward us.
You can go. Get on there and stand.
Love toward us.
Go ahead, Toby, but you can't run around.
In that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us. Christ died for us.
He's right here for me.
In that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us. Christ died for us.
All right, stay right there. Stay right there. All right, you guys look great. You guys are gonna rock it, okay? All right, walk single filely off and go back to your sleep. Thank you. Where'd you get that? Okay. All right, find your seat, guys. All right, are you okay? Whoa, are you married? Are you whoa. All right, let's go ahead and go over our 5. We have completed the heart of a champion. Do you guys feel like you're ready to be a champion? Oh, I see some of you are, but are you all ready to be champions? All right, on your feet, on your feet. Let's make an H with our body. H. Okay, H is for hero. And E with our body. A is for. Well, hold on. Hold on. I said A. I so said A. I made an E and I meant E in my head. E is for. Okay, and then an A is like this. A is for. And then R. Make the. R is for. And then a T. Good job. One more time. H is for hero. E is for endurance. A is for alert. R is for T is for ready to go. Are we ready? Here's the story. So, every day we've been listening to a true story from the Bible. On the first day, we talked about how God created the world and everything in it, and everyone. He created you and me. Do you guys know that? He created us. Then on day 2, we found out that Adam and Eve, they were created to have this close relationship with God. They were created to walk with him and talk with him. God knew everything about them. They knew everything. And it was great until what happened? Yes, they sinned. And now sin is here in this world. We sin too. But Jesus' love endures even when we... That's right. So on the next day, we talked that Jesus loved us so much he was willing to come to this earth. And over 2,000 years ago, he was born in a pretty crazy place, right? Do you guys think that was pretty crazy? What's that place called that they laid him in? A manger. And what is the manger used for? Hay for them to eat out of, right? The animals. All right. Then Jesus grew up and became a leader, and he had these close friends. We called them what? Disciples. And remember yesterday, you guys were the disciples. And they thought he was going to grow up and be this king until someone said no, right? They were getting mad at him. And they wanted to crucify him on a cross. And Jesus chose to die. Who do you think he chose to die for? Us. You guys are on it tonight. You've got it. You're listening. I love it. He chose to die for us. Each one of us. So that we can live with him forever in heaven. Okay? Even if we make mistakes. So I have given 10 different paragraphs out. This is going to be kind of like a popcorn. Has anyone ever seen popcorn pop in the microwave? Pop, 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 pop. So there's going to be people all around you. You don't know who it is. When I tell them their paragraph, they're going to pop up, and you need to be listening because they're going to be everywhere around the sanctuary, okay? So sit down in your seats, and I'm going to begin with my story, all right? Let's get started. And guys, I'm going to just say them in order so it's no surprise. It's 1 through 10, but just be ready because it's going to kind of go kind of quickly, all right? So last time we ended our story, they were up here. They chose Barabbas over Jesus, and they said, we want Jesus what? Crucified. So Jesus is going to be crucified, hung on a cross to die. That's where we left our story. So he's hanging on a cross. And that afternoon, between noon and 3, it went dark. And then a big earthquake came. Shake like an earthquake. Ooh, let me see you shake. Ooh. But after all that, Jesus still died. And just like the mean people wanted, he died. And a man named Joseph was a close friend of Jesus, and he was sad that Jesus had died. So he asked if he could bury Jesus. Let's find out what happened. Paragraph 1.
Joseph took Jesus' body down from the cross. He wrapped Jesus in a clean cloth. And then he put Jesus' body in a new tomb. He even rolled a large stone in front of the tomb entrance to protect Jesus' body.
Now you see, Joseph knew for sure that Jesus was dead, but the religious leaders wanted to make sure that his body stayed in that tomb. So they put guards up and stationed in front of Jesus' tomb. Paragraph 2.
The guards were posted next to a big round rock at Jesus' tomb. They wanted to have witnesses to see if anyone entered or left Jesus' tomb. No one would be brave enough to walk past the guards.
And now because Jesus died at the beginning of this special holiday in Jerusalem, in Israel, none of Jesus' friends could go to Jesus' tomb until the holiday was over. But in the meantime, something incredible happened. Paragraph 3. as soon as that holiday was over, a couple of Jesus' friends rushed to the tomb. They were sad, and they just wanted to visit his tomb, even though Jesus was dead. But when they got there, paragraph 4. Guys, the tomb was empty. The tomb was empty. Jesus wasn't there. Now, had Jesus really risen from the dead, or was this a really mean trick? I mean, many people didn't believe that Jesus was actually alive. Even some of his closest friends doubted that Jesus had risen from the dead. There was one named who? Peter. Doubting Thomas. Here's why. Paragraph 5.
Some of Jesus' friends had seen him already, but Thomas wasn't sure what to believe. He told the other friends that he wouldn't believe it was Jesus until he could touch the wounds in Jesus' hands and feet. Sometimes we call him Doubting Thomas, but Jesus sees exactly what we need. When he appeared to Thomas, guess what he let Thomas do? He let Thomas touch the crucifixion scars in his hands and feet. It was really Jesus, not a lookalike.
That's just one. And then 2 other friends of Jesus were walking down the road soon after Jesus died. And as they walked, a third man joined them and asked, "What are you talking about?" Paragraph 6.
Jesus' friends told the man the story of how Jesus was killed and buried. Then they said, but some women went to the tomb and found it empty. That they say that an angel told them Jesus was alive.
Can you guess who the man on the road was? Let's find out. It's time for paragraph 7.
It was Jesus, but the 2 men didn't know it. Jesus talked to his friends about what God's word said. He tried to explain that God had planned for Jesus to die and to come back to life.
The 2 friends didn't know they were talking to Jesus, but they did know that they liked this man. So they invited him to stay and have dinner with them. Do you guys think he stayed with his friends? All right, let's see paragraph 8.
Jesus stayed for dinner with his friends. Jesus prayed for the food and began to hand it to his friends. Then the friends knew it was Jesus. But then Jesus disappeared.
What do you think Jesus' friends did after that? Let's see paragraph 9.
The 2 men got up at once and went to tell their friends that they had seen and talked to Jesus. While the 2 men were talking to their friends, Jesus himself stood in the room.
Wow. How would you respond if that happened to you? Show me with your faces. That's right. The other friends, they were kind of afraid. They thought Jesus was a ghost. But Jesus showed them the scars in his hands and feet. He let them touch him. Then he even ate some food so they would know that he was not a ghost and he was real. Paragraph 10.
About 40 days after Jesus began to die, he went to heaven to be with God. But Jesus promised to come back to get all those who believe.
That's right. Jesus' friends knew that he was alive. He appeared to many of his friends. Then 40 days. How many days? 40 days after his terrible death on the cross, Jesus gathered his friends and told them that he was going to be leaving. Did you guys hear that? So 40 days after he was on the cross, he said, "Friends, come here." And he said, "I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to leave and go to heaven and prepare a place for them, for you, for us. When we have Jesus in our life, we will go to heaven to be with him when we die. Being with Jesus is a wonderful thing to look forward to. That's why we want to practice our mega point. We can live with Jesus We can live with Jesus forever. That's right. Jesus also promised to return one day. He said, I'm going to come back. Did you guys know that? Jesus said, I'm going to come back. The Bible says that Jesus will come down from heaven with a loud command and with a trumpet call of God. He will be triumphant. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to be with Jesus. All right, I'm going to let Miss Robbie come. Thank you to all my helpers. Okay, this is our last time that we're going to be able to. Okay, I need all eyes up here. All eyes up here. We're going to have a very, very special closing. So I need to hear, I don't need to hear, I need to see that you're listening, okay? We're going to do a very special closing tonight. So last night I had you all sit in a circle so that we could do our sinner's prayer. And many of you raised your hand and said that you prayed and you asked Jesus into your heart. Well, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to get back into our circles, and you're going to tell your coach two things. And I will instruct you what I want you to tell them as soon as I see quiet circles. So if I can get adults to mingle with the kids again, coaches obviously, and then adults to see where they're needed, where they can be used, okay? So I want my preschool right here, my cheerleaders right here, my basketball right here maybe, and my soccer in the back.